Does a man's sexual market value increase as he gets older? Does his life success in general increase as he gets older? Or is it just cope? Or is it just a comforting lie for guys who are out of their 20s, early 20s, okay? Is it just a comforting lie for guys that are 25, 26, up until their 40s or whatever? Is it just a comforting lie to them so they'll feel better? But in actuality, it's not the truth. Which one is it? We'll talk about it. This is Tarek Talks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So really the answer in short is it depends. It really depends on the man. It depends on what the man does. It depends on his lifestyle. It depends on, how he treats his body, how he treats his self. Now, if we have all of those ingredients, then yes, it is true. His value in with women and his value with success increases. Okay, it increases. Now he's seeing that he's getting so-called choosing signals. Now he sees that he moves with a little bit more power. This only comes with age. It only comes with maturity, because a lot of guys that are 18, 19, anywhere, 19, 20, all of those young years, a lot of them are caught up in bullshit, right? A lot of them are so caught up in validation. And this is the main thing that is hindering them, is that need for validation, is that need to quote unquote fit in. Now, let me say this about fitting in. It's completely natural. It's part of human nature. It's part of survival. And believe it or not, fitting in is ingrained in our psyche. It's just part of our survival mechanism. The reason that we want to fit in is because that was part of how we survived. Because if we were out there in the wilderness by ourselves, we were more likely to die. We were more likely to get ate by a grizzly bear, blah, 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 whatever. And yes, those parts of our brain are still primitive like that. Our brain has not evolved much since we came about in existence. So it's not like, we've just evolved that damn much. Just because you see we have all this AI and technology, that doesn't matter. That's just something we created. But deep down, how our brains work is like that. And really with younger dudes, they want to be in an in crowd so they can attract women, so they can increase their value, so to speak. But everything that they're doing is contrary. It goes contrary to what is required to be attractive or to be valuable. It is contrary. So what am I talking about? Partying, staying up late, eating like shit, simping for females, simping for broads, staying up day and night, swiping through social media and dating apps to get a chick. All of these things are counterproductive. And I've done it. We've all done it, right? We've all done it. And I'm not telling you, if you're a young guy, to not do any of these things. If you want to go have fun, if you want to, hell, even if you want to get on a dating app and see what you can score, whatever, go ahead and do it. But the truth of the matter is, there's prerequisites for you to be quote unquote attractive. And this stuff really only comes a lot of the times with age. It's going to come with experience. It's going to come with you getting your little heart broken. Okay. It's going to come with you trusting a broad that really, was throwing clear signs that she wasn't interested in you. You end up getting hurt and finding out she was just using you for attention, or you find out that she really won shit, but you were seeing signs left and right. Okay. It takes you getting your ass beat, or it takes you getting ridiculed, made fun of, you know, being ridiculed by people. It takes some of that stuff, getting your feelings hurt. It takes some of that stuff for you to mature. Because there's an old saying, and the old saying is, smooth seas never made a good sailor. What does that mean? That means if everything was just smooth from the get-go, you wouldn't have any kind of obstacle to face. You wouldn't have any kind of hurdle to get over, right? You wouldn't have no hurdle to get over. So therefore, you wouldn't grow out of that. So through time, you learn, hey, look, let me get in shape. You know, you start getting your man body on point. Let me get into shape. Let me carry myself with a little more respect. Now you got a little less tolerance for, you know, disrespectful females. You got a little less tolerance for females that seek attention, or, you know, want to use you for finances, or want to use you for whatever. You start having less tolerance, and the way that comes about is that you start learning, right? You start learning from past experiences. And I've seen videos where it says that it's cope, right? Where it says that it's cope, that you know, as you get older, it's gonna get better. That's coming from someone that's like 22 years old, that never left his mama's house. That's coming from somebody that's like 22 years old, that never left his mommy's crib. You know, he still eats Lunchables, probably a virgin, stuff like that. You see a lot of these channels saying, oh, it's over for older guys and stuff. Let me tell you something, fellas. When you get your body on point, when you get your self-esteem on point, when you start carrying yourself like an actual man, as you get older with experience, and you have that kind of solid frame to you, and I'm not talking about masculine frame and all that, which is important, but I'm talking about, you know, physique wise. Hopefully you've been taking care of yourself. Hopefully you've been going easy on the liquor, and hopefully you don't do drugs at all, right? You've been getting yourself into the gym, in shape. You started carrying yourself a little more with more dignity. You're not a clown anymore. You're not clowning around like a child anymore. Not saying not to have fun, not saying to be stick in the mud, and there's fine balances. Because me, I like joking around, right? I like laughing. I like to have a good time, but in moderation. Because when it's time for business, you know, when it's time for me to do what I need to do, I be doing it. And I keep all the chit-chatting and talking and clowning around. See, a lot of dudes want to be like a funny, like a Kevin Hart funny guy type of, need to have attention 24/7. And that's very feminine, right? That's very feminine. And anybody could do whatever the hell they want. I'm not saying what I'm saying is like gonna work for every single man. I'm just saying, if this kind of sounds like you know, you might can relate a little bit. But as you get older, right, as you gain some experience, you're gonna see, damn, these chicks are looking at me, right? You're gonna get quote unquote choosing signals. You're gonna get chicks that are interested in you, right? You go to work or you go somewhere and you notice that you frequent a spot. You notice that there's gonna be a chick that's gonna be peeping you out. There's gonna be girls that are beautiful women that are peeping you out, right? And that only comes from experience. It only comes from years of you getting that skin in the game, so to speak. It's not gonna come when you're 18 or 19. A lot of these channels put these TikTok dudes with jawlines and all that. Man, the types of chicks that are going for that are like teeny boppers, 16-year-olds and shit like that. You feel me? But when you get older, when you get more solidness, physique-wise and mental-wise, you're gonna start seeing chicks, right, that when you were younger, they wouldn't give you the time of day. But now that you got that skin in the game, they're giving you that time of day, and now you have that power to pick and choose, right? You have that power to be like, you know, she's cool, but her attitude's kind of stank, or she's cool but her hygiene's kind of funky, right? When you were younger, it was kind of the other way around. You were the one that was like, oh man, I hope she likes me, I hope she picks me, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So you're gonna see a change, you're gonna see a shift, but that only comes with time. That only comes with you getting some skin in the game. So is it cope? It's cope to guys that hit the wall by the time they're like 28 years old. And yes, men hit the wall too. Men hit the wall too. I need to make another video about this. Men do hit the wall as well. If you're out here partying, getting drunk every single day, you know, just eating junk food every single day, not caring about yourself, oh, you're gonna hit the wall real quick. And I know when I'm saying this, people just automatically think I'm talking about the physical aspect, which is huge, right? But what you eat and what you don't do, aka you not exercising, you not taking walks, you not having some kind of hobby or some kind of active type of deal in your life, yes, that's gonna affect your mental as well. That's why a lot of these guys are depressed as shit. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, guys, it's gonna get greater later. Feel me? Anyway, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.